Hello, everyone. Welcome to the cyberpunk campaign. I am your host, Bugward. And I am joined by two people this time: Wild Darkstar, who will remain muted, as well as Foxy, aka Zero Lobo Hobo.
Alder can't join us today.
Yes. For the same reason. Well, actually, wait. I realized I haven't actually had a session of the other one. So Alder will be missing because of vacation stuff, and they'll also be missing from my next episode of Stormfront. Looking forward to that. There you go. But yeah,
Yay.
yay! What map are you guys?
I see a pumpkin patch, so
Oh, oh, you're on the Group One map. Let me drag
yeah.
you somewhere else. Do I have a map for the actual prison?
No.
I remember I did at one point, but I think I had to delete the picture because of space.
Maybe? I mean, I remember there was a snow house and there was an underground area, but I don't think you made a map for the actual prison.
I also don't think I made a map for either of those places either. I just described them well enough that you can remember them.
No. I remember there was a map for the snow house.
Oh,
I know that.
this. This you mean?
Hold
Yeah.
on, the map is loading in for me.
Okay.
All I see is a white blinked space.
I currently see a hummingbird, wild arc star, zero, ghost.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
This is the map. This was the map I was talking about.
okay. We'll use this one to represent the base, even though it's not the base. Um.
Yeah, we could just say Bolt just happens to redecorate to be like it.
Well, no, but okay. I will say though, this building does still exist in this place, so you can go back and
Yeah,
find this building.
yeah. This is the building how we exit the place. I mean, it needs to exist.
All right. Which notably, the port key is still presumably here, so you can still presumably exit this. Which, for those who don't know at home, it's basically a MacGuffin they have to find in the house, and when they do, it ties to them in some way, and when they find it and realize how it ties to them, it then transports them where they want to go back home. It'll usually transport them back home, wherever they consider home, if I remember correctly. Was that how I had work last time? I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, which is loosely based off Harry Potter lore. I say very loosely because it works quite a bit different than Harry Potter, but it's a similar concept to the boot and the portkey. If you've ever seen
You
the not Quidditch, um, either the fourth or the fifth movie, I forget which one. They had that in there.
um and we should start the RP.
Oh, uh, yeah, I was just setting it up.
Yeah.
So, do we want to do a recap, or do we just want to get into this?
I I can provide the recap.
Er,
So last time on the runes. I hear echo of myself, but other than that, um, the group was is sitting in a um, trick room, basically doing small talk to each other, and somewhat planning on what will happen if Bolt haven't arrived on time. Um, um, some things were said. Older got the dozer helmet on him and then just keep it on him for meme. Well, her on memes for
right, and
memes.
honestly, it looks pretty cool. She made it into a protogen.
Yeah, it's basically a protogen,
Yeah, I mean,
but
she even
with
has nanobots and everything. Anyway.
but with but with an actual face underneath.
Right,
And said pro.
well, because she doesn't have the detachable limbs. Anyway, that's a side
Yeah.
note.
Besides the point, Bolt uses an orbital strike cannon.
Okay.
It left a very huge crater, but a very good dirt bike ramp.
Yeah.
Well, dirt bike pit something. Um, Me and my girlfriend basically tagged the place like someone was here, and I just made the symbol for the Ghost of Anarchy. There was a huge crowd that appeared. We were asked a lot of stuff. We answered a lot of stuff. We pointed the blame to corporate, and then Bolt's helicopter comes on down. Well, we enter it and flies over to Bolt's new headquarters. We had some small talk. There was some revelations, and uh, and that's where my memory cuts off.
Did you get to the helicopter ride?
Yeah, I already did.
Okay.
I I
Did you
said that we were
cover?
going to Bolt's.
It's like
I
a good half hour of the previous one was just the helicopter ride, people talking.
Yeah, because I did mention that we got on the helicopter and go to Bolt's base.
Yep.
I I don't
Which
remember the details.
both of those in. So you went up to you went up to the Bolt space. Specifically, you noticed that when you got in the helicopter, you definitely got on in the middle of the city. But then after a while, you started noticing it was cold. When you noticed it was cold, you saw outside and there's snowing, and you distinctly noticed that you didn't feel when you transitioned. It was just suddenly you were cold now.
Ah, yes. Yes, the Minecraft regions in the old versions.
Yeah. Uh, Something like that. You didn't actually get to see how the helicopter got into this place because the last time you got in here, you crawled into a hole in the ground and then fell a really long distance and landed in snow. So you presume that a helicopter cannot fly down that hole if it was a person-shaped hole. So yeah, they had to have had another thing, but no one saw it. Everyone's distracted. So
Yes, we
anyway.
were distracted by talking to each other.
Right, which was convenient for me because I could just kind of glance on by. It's like okay, and no one even asked to make like a perception check or something to check like what when the transition was or whatnot. Like okay, just glide past that. The player just did not pay attention. Um, that'll be something found out later, I'm sure. Because especially now that I mentioned it now, people are gonna be looking at. So there was a very nice talk with a couple of the NPCs there, and then you landed at Bolt's base, which you discover Bolt's base is the not relic, the remnants of the old prison. Which, by the way, Foxy, you need to heal around Darkstar there, and
I'm pretty sure I used all my lay on hands last session, unless we fully recovered this session.
um, we can say you took a long rest if you'd like to. We can say you all took a long
Okay.
rest.
Yeah, we can. A helicopter's a safe place to rest on. We could say we
Well,
have a long rest.
not even on the helicopter because you all made it to Bolt's base, and you started to walk in. I think is when it actually ended. So we can just say
Yeah,
we could just say there was a little bit of time where you walked in, talked to some of the guards. The guards showed you a room, and you all just crashed.
yeah.
So
Um,
you wake up in the base.
so how much HP would Rattle recover from resting?
Um, if we go off basic D&D rules, full HP because
Um,
long rest is full HP. If we go
eh,
off my campaign, it's a little different, but the cyberpunk campaign I haven't implemented that, so full HP.
so Rattle Darkstar is good, including me.
Yep. Both of your stuffs have been fully healed, all that jazz.
Yay.
Yay. Thank D&D 5e for being generous with the fact of, like, yeah, sleeping is a full restore or a Pokemon Center. Have fun. Took a long rest in the middle of a dungeon. You just went to a Pokemon Center. Oh god! Imagine that if that worked in Pokemon, where you just take a long rest in the middle of the field, and then all of your Pokemon get healed, and their moves get their back. PowerPoints.
Yeah.
Ugh. There's a reason why some people say D&D 5e sleep is broken, but um, that's neither here nor there. I'm not nerving it for this campaign yet. It has not come up that I need to.
Oh wait, it does happen in Pokemon. Sword and Shield, the tens.
Oh, I've never played Sword and Shield, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, apparently you can sleep in the middle of the field now.
Neat. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Also, I am
yeah.
running on very little sleep, so I am tired. Go ahead.
Remember that Rattle's now only having one steel defender due to the other one either getting obliterated or stolen by corporate.
Right. The other one is missing in action and not recoverable at the present time. So you have one. And yes, your one steel defender and your hummingbird are both able to be repaired.
Yeah.
But your other one is still MIA. And when you go to try and see their tracking chip, um, it is either disabled or it's somewhere you can't find it. One of the two. Because it's not like you receive bad signal; you just receive no signal. Go ahead.
Worst case scenario, it's in atoms due to the orbital strike.
Hmm. I don't think that would be the worst case scenario. I think the worst case scenario would be corporate has it.
No,
Uh,
that's the best case because we have a reason to go to them and bother them again.
right. But you're also not thinking about the fact of what intelligence that familiar might have that they can extract from it.
All right.
They can get all because anything that particular steel defender has seen, they can then extract that data and get knowledge on it, or all the conversations it just happened to hear. Uh, So yeah, no, they can hear about things like the mysterious benefactor that showed up in the gas station leader. Your talks about the old rebels, talks about wanting to start a rebel movement, all that stuff you did in the gas station. Because it's not like they weren't in the gas station.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, I'm gonna play around with that. We'll see if it actually comes up. It depends on how good your luck is. But given your track record, Foxy, your luck is pretty good. Mister, I roll two D100s and get 99, get 90 and above on both of them in a row. Got like
Hey,
back to back super rare magic items in that one. Sorry, not
hey,
magic items.
we'll we'll find them, Rattle. I know we will.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see on today's to-do list.
I
Uh,
accidentally read that at first as side and slap this to my single defender. Instead of scat. Fucking slap it on there. Okay, so you do notice now that you've actually recovered and you're looking around, this place does resemble the prison quite a bit. I mean,
yes.
obviously the prison was mostly destroyed, but sorry, were you saying something?
What? I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were going to. The prison is mostly what you can tell here. Either more of the prison was intact than you thought, or they recreated quite a bit of it. Which honestly, either could be true given both capabilities. This
Eh,
place is built very similar to the wall, but it is a lot less
prison-y?
uncomfortable, I guess is the way to put it. It's a lot less corporate. And I don't just mean in terms of literally being owned by corporate. I mean in terms of the fact of this place looks a lot less intimidating. It looks a lot less like an actual jail and more like an actual, A lot. Like the old jail cell rooms have been retrofitted with like new beds and TVs and whatnot, and the bars have been removed, replaced with doors. You know,
Cool.
like they seem to have been converting the prison into an actual living space for a large number of employees. Go ahead.
I'll see if I can communicate with the Shield Guardians while Rattle looks for Bolt.
Sure. Where were the Shield Guardians last?
Uh, Defending the gas station and playing basketball.
Okay. So when you, what do you have to do to try and contact them again?
Um, I just I have my I'm pretty sure he had you gave us something.
One's in
I know.
some necklaces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the necklaces allows them to track your location. It doesn't allow you to talk to them.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
believe you had like a thing in your power armor, didn't you?
yeah. It
Okay.
was something in the power armor that lets me communicate with them.
Right. Okay. So when you try to communicate with them, you notice that you're just getting static, which implies there's no signal.
Hey, um, is there a bolt employee nearby?
There were bolted. What?
I know he has employees. There are clearly workers that he
Oh.
have.
Oh yeah. There's employees nearby. I thought you said boltapub, and I'm like, what's a boltapub?
No, bolt employees.
Yes. There is quite a few around. Some patrolling, some standing around.
Hey, I can't get a signal to my hey shield guardian. Is there a phone I could use?
You notice this employee looks remarkable because he looks a lot similar to the guards for the prison. Like he looks like one of those weird creature things in the prison. Uh,
Yeah.
and the dude answers, "You're not going to get a signal within here. This place seems to be isolated from the outside world. You're going to need to go back to the outside world if you want to get a signal.
Oh man.
It, on the bright side, means the corporate cannot track us within here."
I guess that is the plus side. Despite me not understanding in most of it.
Right. uh,
It's
so,
mostly guesswork on my part.
right. I'm actually going to have you give me a history check to see if you remember something. But while you're doing that, we'll transition over to Rattle. So, Rattle, you are going to go search for Bolt. It is not hard to find Bolt because you can ask any employee and they'll tell you the direction of how to get to Bolt.
Ah yes, you just need to go 3 flights up, take a right, hey, and drop down the nearest chute.
Yeah, it's like 3 flights up, take a right, take a left, take a right, do a shimmy in front of the door, eat a spoon, and then go down
Eat a spoon.
here. I don't know why I said. Uh, would ask them.
I
Okay,
mean, if it's a candy spoon, it makes sense.
Bolt is likely in his office, though currently he seems to have a guest and is not accepting visitors. If you would like to pass a message to Long, I can take one. By the way, that voice is my generic voice for anywhere where anyone wearing a full helmet does. Because I tried actual voice modulator programs, and none of them sound good on stream. At least none of the free ones. Hmm. I would suggest that you hold on to that then, so you can give it to him in person. Oh, and for everyone at home, I'm not going to be doing. Going to be silent.
I know, do it myself.
Well, he is currently in his office, which is at the center of the building. But as I said, he is not accepting guests right now because he currently has a guest. I'm unsure.
Can't you hand it off to the employee so they can give it to him?
Could, but I mean that's very likely. But the employees, like, if the employee's thought process is, if it's this dangerous, it's probably not something the employee should be handling because they have no idea what it is that's dangerous. But if it's supposed to, like, if you want to hand deliver it to Bolt because you're still worried about it, the employee is smart enough to go, yeah, okay, it's probably above my pay grade. I shouldn't touch it. Which notably does mean that Bolt does pay his employees.
I mean, it's an employee. It's kind of illegal to not pay them.
True, but that is notable when you think about the fact that he has power armor as a workforce. So why is he hiring actual employees if he has power armor?
Yeah. As Joker once said, hey, they're crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no.
God damn it! You sidelined me with that one. Ugh. Explore the city, see what it's like. It is not a city; it is a complex. But yes, you can explore the complex and see what it's like. While you're doing that, we will actually get back to Foxy. Zorro, sorry. You remember something,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna go ahead and say that what you remember, if you head towards what you remember, you're gonna run into Rattle. Do you know? Do you remember what you? But do you want to know what you remember, Zorro?
Yeah, sure.
You remember the thing that you were mining.
Oh, right.
Remember the giant door with like the weird eldritch shit on it?
Yeah, yeah.
You wonder if that still survived and what happened to it and if it's still here. So, are you gonna go look for it?
Yes.
Okay. And
Is my girlfriend
Rattle, I'm
following
going to
me?
go ahead and say you just happen to wander towards it.
Is my girlfriend following me, or is she doing her own thing?
Well, made D100. I have not actually. I completely forgot your girlfriend is in this. Roll me D100 to see what. 35.
Uh, a guard, apparently. She's doing a guard.
Sure. Sure, we'll go ahead and say that. She's doing her guard and she's drunk off her ass at the bar. Because my first immediate thought was drunk off her ass at the bar. But then you add that, and that's perfect. What did I head to? You headed towards. Okay, in the center of the wall, there is a section just labeled mining operations. And it's like a big section that connects to a large amount of the complex. And when you go to mining operations, have you ever seen Portal 2, the underground sections with the old app?
Yeah. I seen playthroughs, so I kind of know what you mean.
You remember the giant fucking vault door?
Oh, yeah. The one with the two buttons you need to push, right?
Yeah. This thing on the wall that you're mining is as big as that door. Like, it's
Hmm.
a giant stone slab that vaguely looks like a door that has weird otherworldly sort of carvings on it that give you headaches if you look at it too long.
Now, question. Did Bolt open it,
As
or is it still closed?
well, you're gonna have to see when you walk in there now, aren't you?
Okay, I will walk in.
Okay. Rattle, Foxy, roll me a D100 each to see if you run into each other before or after you enter the room. 16,
60!
14. Okay. I'm going to say Foxy is heading into the Oh, how am I going to do this? So, Foxy remembers this thing, is zooming, trying to get to the actual thing. Ral Darkstar is casually walking around, and Foxy turns a corner too fast and slams directly into Rattle.
Wait,
So,
wait, wait, wait. Wait.
Zoro, give me an attack roll.
Um, sure, but a quick question. Can I roll some like a D20 to see if we landed in an awkward position?
It will depend on how well your attack roll was, but sure, we can do something like that.
What's the attack roll?
Uh, Raw Darkstar, unless you have some sort of movement thing that you can do as a reaction, no, because you were not doing prepare action fly for something smacking into you.
Yeah,
Um,
I basically do a sneak attack.
kind of, yeah. Roll me 1d20 plus dex times 2. So double your
Uh,
dex.
roll 1d20
Yeah.
plus what?
1d20 plus twice your dex mod.
So 8.
Yeah. The reason why Rattle is just because he has the Godspeed chip and stuff, so he is going quite fast, and he didn't know you're going to be there. Okay. Rattle, what's your AC?
I really hope you don't randomly, for some reason, take off your armor.
I don't know. Did you take off your armor during the middle of the night? It's 14. Meets
14.
it, beats it. So he smacks directly into you, and here's how this is going to work. I am effectively going to count this as falling damage.
Oh boy.
So, both of you, we'll say that you were going so fast it's the equivalent of you falling 30 feet. So, both of you will take 3d10 falling damage. And now you can go ahead and roll that d20 or d100 to see what sort of awkward position happens afterwards, if anything. I'm going to roll the damage. You go ahead and roll the RNG die.
Nope, no awkward position.
Oh,
Well,
uh,
kind of depends how you rule it.
I'll go ahead and tell you a second. Also, damn, the dice hate you. That was two nat 20s on those three d20s. That's
it
51 damage.
I have 10 HP left.
Okay, so given what happened with the 1d20, what I imagine happened is if anyone knows Dragon Ball, do you remember the scene where Gohan charged Raditz out of the pod? Where he just fucking headbutted him in the armor so hard it cracked the armor? I like to imagine that with Foxy, except in this case accidental, and he also caused a major headache and stuff. Oh
Oof.
god, so
That-
Rattle is down, and Foxy is at 10.
Um, can I lay on hands him, or do I need to?
Um, how much negative HP you're actually, yeah, you have enough lay on hands to stabilize him
Yeah,
and bring him back up above 1 so he can stand back up. But still, you're
I
both
will.
definitely not in flying shit. This is the second fucking session in a row where one of the teammates accidentally knocks another teammate to 0 HP.
I'm going to take both of us directly to the medical room.
Right. It's like you were going to go to this door, but now you're going to the medical wing.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Just this is funny to me.
After that, the employees post a speeding limit for me.
Right. uh, or at least a stern whack with a rolled up newspaper.
And then they just treat every walkway like a road and just put a speed limit.
Right. Or they just put a warning sign of don't take corners too fast.
This is why the driving system laws exist, folks. It's because of folks like these. Oh wait, that's me.
Right. Why would the Godspeed chip be broken? I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
only mine is faulty. not yours.
Well, he's talking about yours because I said you had the Godspeed chip.
Yeah, but you said something about it's kind of it's kind of the funny reason of why I leave early or something like that. It's like it puts me to sleep or something.
Oh, right, yeah. So it's not that it's not working or anything. It's just the fact of it can occasionally cause you to have narcolepsy and just fall asleep due
Yeah,
to overloading your system and short circuiting it.
yeah, it's not like broken in pieces.
Right, right. It's still functioning. It's still functioning fully. It'll just occasionally glitch because of all
Yeah,
they're doing the pile driver. Yeah. No, you're correct, Rattle, and I forgot about that. And yeah.
yeah. It's basically like when the game like when the game company tried to publish out a game too fast without giving it time to work out all the bugs. Cough, cough. Pokemon Sword and Shield again.
Right.
Well, not Sword and Shield. It's more like was it Sword and Shield? No, it's Scarlet and Violet. Yes.
Cough, cough. Any pre-release nowadays. Like anymore now, every day, every game that you play, day one, it's going to have a bunch of bugs, and then it's going to be fixed over the course of like the next year. And then the game will finally be what you thought it was to begin with after a year.
Game companies, just work on your game. No need to live up to your self pressure.
Right. I'm not going to get into a rant about game companies because I'll be here another hour of just me complaining about how they make a finished game and then slash some of the content and walk it behind DLC. I'm looking at you as Sir Azarath.
Anyways, at the hospital. So
Yes.
yeah, that's what happened. I crashed and we fell.
You cracked steel armor.
Yes.
Steel power armor, I will remind you.
Yes.
How hard is your head?
If I told you, you would test it.
I'm not gonna dissect you to try and test your freaking head thickness, dude. I mean, I've heard of people being bull-headed, but I didn't think you were literally a bull. Did your genetics
Oh,
get changed or something?
I was genetically altered. I probably be Empire Bowl. But I'm
Huh.
mostly fucked. Anyways, can you heal us? I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding somewhere.
Yes, you were bleeding in your head. I don't know how you have not noticed that. We have already been patching it, and they point to the head bandages that you have on your head.
Ah,
How the entire top of your scalp is actually wrapped in the bandages, which is annoying because it covers your ears, and you don't like that.
yeah, it kind of dampens my hearing.
Yeah, but also it's just really irritating to have your big poofy ears just flattened on your head and just tied that way, so they're tied flat.
Yeah.
It, it's like when you have it's like when you're wearing a pair of shoes that fit just fine, but like the toe area is a little small, so your toes are scrunched up all day while you walk. Like the
Ah,
shoes fit fine, but it's just really annoying.
yeah.
I am not used to organic. Yeah, Rattle for the most part doesn't actually have that much need to recover. In actually, wait, never mind. They have an organic body now. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
no,
they're now feeling pain for the first time ever.
right, Rattle. You felt for the first time what it was like to actually feel excruciating pain. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save for that. Actually,
Rattle's going to be in pain.
depending on what they roll. When was the
Oh,
first time then? Well, because it's not just that you took pain; it's that you took this much pain of like near death pain.
yeah, like full body broken pain.
Okay. You managed to toughen it out mostly. And you managed to keep yourself relatively okay in the head, even though you took excruciating amounts of pain throughout your body. For those wondering why I had to take a wisdom save for that, this is one of their first major incidents. And if you've ever seen a kid accidentally touch a stove, you know how they react to it, and they freak out for a while.
Oh yeah. Are his wings injured?
Uh, I say no because I don't know how Foxy impacting his gut would damage the.
Okay.
Unless you want to say that like impacting his gut knocked him into a wall or something, but I didn't state that at the time. Yeah, so no, your wings are fine. It was mainly your power armor and your actual body because he like broke your spine. Which wrap your head around this one, by the way. Breaking your spine, take a long rest. You're perfectly fine.
Okay. So, um, don't know if any of the employees know about this, but I remember from this that this prison was above a mining operation to some sort of stone wall with runes and stuff.
When you say
Uh,
that, a lot of the employees stand up straighter.
okay, touchy subject. I'll go look at it myself.
And when you say that, a few of them look at you. Most of them have helmets, so you can't tell their expression. But two of them don't have helmets, and they have the looks of a combination of fear, surprise, and also really.
What? I was locked up here.
It's more just you can kind of get the sense it's more just them asking like, why do you want to go there? All of us avoid it, which they didn't say that directly, but you can just kind of tell by the look they're giving you that the reason why they're giving you this look is because they actively avoid it.
Oh come on! It's not like someone was not curious about what that thing is for.
Right. One of the employees speaks up and says, "Just don't go crazy down there."
Don't worry, I'm just going to look. It's not like I'm going to blow it up open.
The last excavation team that tried to go down there and look didn't make it back. We sent a few teams down there, and all of them either didn't come back or they came back insane.
Okay, noted.
That's why they're worried, because they're worried because you're already one of the most unstable individuals in this base. They don't want to make you even more unstable.
Last time, when Zoro went insane, he
So,
started shooting stuff.
God, why am I now mentioning Mr. Burns, where you're so insane that all the insane in you just can't get out, so you cannot be made even more insane? Because with Mr. Burns, how it's like, sir, do I have a disease? Sir, you have every disease, but they're all fighting each other, so you are somehow still alive.
That's how I feel IRL.
uh, it's like if any one of the diseases left your body, you would die immediately. But because they're all there and competing for each other, you are somehow still alive. Uh, I love this.
Anyways,
Thorough,
uh,
don't at least not alone. Yeah, don't go, bring Rattle with you.
yeah, you are very damaged, and I am no condition of going anywhere.
Um, yeah. When that happens, you hear a loud crash coming from the.
Oh, come on! I didn't even do anything.
You say that, and then you look, and you see your girlfriend's here, and she's very clearly still drunk.
Oh hey, what's her name currently?
Uh, I don't know, Sabrina. We'll say.
Yeah, you used that last time. Anyways,
She
yeah.
didn't change
Hey,
it.
hey, Sabrina.
Yeah, she says you. Oh, sorry. Let me do a voice. Says with a very drunk, slurred voice. Says you. you're coming with me. And then she just wanders over to you, kind of half stumbling, seemingly intent on approaching your location.
Uh, Let it happen.
Okay. When she walks over to you,
What about Rattle? What about Rattle? He's doing action.
Linda, stop getting drunk. She just looks at Rattle and says, "And who are you, the fucking fence?" Ah! And then she just kind of motions towards him and looks back to Foxy. Zoro, sorry. A lot of the guards are a mixture of scared and amused by this, by the way. But they're letting this happen.
I'll just help. I'll just stand by her side, just kind of holding her upright so she don't stumble and stuff.
Alright, when you do that, you notice she suddenly grabs you by the collar and is
Hmm?
hoisting you up in the air, and you notice she can lift you up.
Uh, what in the world were you drinking?
And she says, straight malt liquor. And she just starts dragging you out of the hospital. Are you
You
going to
should.
try and escape her grasp?
No, I'm just going to warn the employees. I think you need to reinforce your cabinets.
Uh, she mumbles something about, it's only a problem if I run out. And then she just drags you out of the hospital and then slams the door behind her once. So currently you're being dragged into the hallway. Zoro, not Zoro, sorry, Rattle, what will you do after seeing this display? Are you going to pursue, or are you just going to stick around in the hospital and actually recover? She gets more drunk, just put her to sleep. Okay, you're going to actually recover, and you just make a comment, go ahead. And one of the guards says, "We tried that, it didn't work."
He has a very high tolerance of being passed out.
She took 4 sleeping darts and asked for more. She said it made her high. I don't know how you can get high off horse tranquilizer, but okay. Which,
I don't.
evidently, the sleeping darts are horse tricks. Good to know.
I I don't think her being tiefling changes anything.
It does, actually. Because, remember, tieflings have poison resistance.
Oh, okay.
Same with dwarves. Dwarves would also be less susceptible to sleeping stuff. Which is why both tieflings and dwarves can hold their alcohol better than most people. Which leads you to wonder, how much did she drink that she's this drunk and she's better at holding alcohol than any human?
I think she just pick up a barrel and just chugs it and didn't stop.
Right. So if you're wondering, Zoro, and if you don't ever resist, she is dragging you all the way to her room.
Oh boy.
Yep. She opens the door to her. Sorry, she kicks open the door to her room,
Uh,
walks inside a little bit, throws you on the bed, closes the door behind you, and says, "You're mine," and then just locks the door.
Wait, do you have protection?
She does not answer that question, and I'm not going to narrate more of what's going to happen in that room.
Okay then. It's all up to Rattle now. How long is he resting?
Well, we're going to say that both of these correspond to a long rest. So, like, you spend 8 hours with her, and then he's spending 8 hours actually.
So fully recovered?
For him, not for you.
Oh. And stuck with 11 HP.
We'll say that you get the equivalent of a short rest, so you get to roll some hit dice.
Okay.
You get to roll any number of your hit dice to try and recover hit points. You know how hit dice work.
Nope.
Okay, let me give you a small crash course then. So on your character sheet,
Yep.
you see in the middle there's like hit points, maximum, and then current. But then below that there is 9 out of 9.
Oh, yeah, I see the hit dice.
Those are hit dice. If you click that once, it will do a roll, and then it'll use up one of your die. You can roll any number of them to try and recover hit points.
Class is paladin, right?
Yes. Okay.
Not.
So how many
I
are
mean,
you going? Well, yeah, you can roll them one at a time. That's fine. But
23. Remaining is 8. Roll again. Paladin. 11. That's 34. Remaining 7. Paladin. 11 again. 45. 6. Once again. 10. Okay. 55.
barely goes.
And Paladin. And I am fully recovered.
Yay! And you didn't even use up all your hit dice. Yeah, with the way things work, so hit dice can be used during short rest, and then when you take a long rest, you recover half your hit dice. So in your case, when you take a long rest, you would recover 5 hit dice. So that means you'd get them back.
Okay.
Yeah, they're basically a way for you to do healing, but you don't have a long rest. And there is well, the reason why I'm saying you're getting the equivalent of short rest is because of what activities you're doing. In fact, that I don't think it lasts literally an entire 8 hours straight. I don't think either of your characters have that much stamina. And if
Um,
you did, I think I would cause levels of exhaustion instead of actually rest. Apologies if that is correct. I found it fun.
um, that's up to the DM.
That is up to me, and I will not be deciding it right now. Um, that is not a subject I'll touch on right now. Okay, so brother, sir, we'll start with you. You wake up in the hospital room. No one touched you. No one moved you. Stuff is still there. What would you like to do?
In
Yes, Zero.
what?
I was hearing you start to say something.
You can resume after watching the 10-minute timeout.
How about timeout?
Leaving Discord, this link, go back. You
Oh,
almost
oh, you're
reached
doing the
your,
watch together thing.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
There, you're now host.
Okay, well, I can't have that in the background, obviously, because
Oh, right.
I'm in my live. I'm live streaming. I can't live stream other people's videos.
Yep.
If it was music, I would be fine, but like not music.
Yeah, I
Silence
was
is not.
doing music. I was just, and Rattle left, apparently.
Oh. Well, that's one of the people who pulls open to visit now. Okay, welcome back, Rattle. They would tell you that Bolt is indeed open to visit right now. Which, as a player, if you're wondering why Bolt wasn't open to visit, that's because they're talking to all.
Ah, yeah.
That's the reason why. But currently, they are open to visit, meaning that they are no longer talking to Alder, meaning Alder is somewhere else. Where
And
I
we
will
won't
not state
find
right
them.
now, because that will be up to Alder the player.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them about it when they get back from their vacay.
They are currently unfindable in the RP.
Yes, you can search everywhere. You will not find me. And then I just
It,
imagine Alder saying something like, I'm good at hiding.
They're always on the opposite side of the building you look.
Right? Hell, I don't know. Just go Fallout and say they got a stealth boy. Ugh.
It's either that or they hide so well that they've been standing behind you the entire time and you don't notice.
Like, Perry the platypus! Ugh. Anyway. So,
Who's that in?
second. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's what Randall's going to go do. Thorough. Um, you managed to finally claw your way out of that room after 8 hours because she's asleep. What are you going to do? You're currently covered with marks over a lot of your body,
Um, I
but
did fully recover, right?
you took a short rest, so yes, got your HP back.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
That's a good way to react to that. Yes.
Okay, I need to find a way to quickly exit out to the other world. Contact the Shield Guardians, make sure everything's all right, and then head back here. Okay, I will just look for an employee to help me with that. Like basically, keep an eye on me to make sure I somehow don't get lost and know how to get back in.
All right. The nearest employee is down the hall about two. We'll say 200. If you want to go ask them, they seem to be
Yeah.
walking around with a clipboard.
Hello. You busy?
The scientist looks up at you and says, "I am a little busy, but what is it?"
I just need to contact my Shield Guardians, and then it's basically a quick in and out.
Uh, is your shield guardian on base?
Uh, my current base, yeah. Well, the gas station base, yes.
Oh,
Not
so
this
not
base.
this base.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's in the surface world, there is not going to be a quick way to get out or in.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. I just need someone to basically show me a way and drag me back in.
Well, there is a way. Have you heard of the house on the hill?
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that is a consistent way to get out. As for the way to get in, that is actually confidential. I'm not allowed to tell you that. But
yeah,
for what I've heard of your exploits, I did hear you already found one of the entries.
yeah, but I don't remember that entry anymore.
Um, since you already found it, I think I would be allowed to give you a map to that location.
Well, since I did technically found it, it I it would be safe for me to re-find it again. Since
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
yeah. So
Plus,
yeah,
you're a friend with both.
yeah.
All
That's not
right.
much checking.
Give me about 10 minutes, and I'll get you a copy.
Okay.
Then the scientist shuffles off.
Do, 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 do.
10 minutes later.
Da, 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 da.
One eternity later. No.
No,
uh, the scientist
not a
eventually comes back.
eating garlic bread because why not?
Right.
I assume we haven't ate anything, so nom.
Yeah, just not what's garlic bread. Why not? Yeah, I mean, you're probably quite hungry and thirsty. So, yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah. He says, "Yes, I have the map for you." And then he hands you a slip of paper.
Ah, so it won't get stolen across the internet.
Well, with corporate trying to hack all the databases, having physical print is useful for certain items.
Indeed. Well, if I don't, I'll come back within like I don't know, 30 minutes. I don't know. Tell Bolt or someone.
I have already informed Bolt that I have made this map for you.
Okay, if I don't come back in 30 minutes, someone will find my body.
I pray we do not have to find your body, but safe travels. And then he shuffles off.
Zooms off. I am Dr. Zoom.
Okay. You notice, by the way, it was a half elf that you were talking to.
Yeah.
So the science. All right. So we'll get to that in a second. Rattle. Your talk with Bolt. So you managed to make it all the way up to the office of Bolt. Do you do anything on the way there, or do you just knock on the door? I have a weird thing in the back. Okay. When you knock on the door, you hear a low voice inside say, "Come in." All right. And when you open the door and come in, you notice that this is actually a very interesting looking area. It's like you walk in, and it's a nice office. It has wood carving furniture everywhere. It has a shag rug on the. It has a large mahogany desk with a mahogany chair that a power armored individual is sitting. There is quite a number of scattered papers and pictures on the desk, as well as what looks to be piles and piles of scrolls and papers and even some random mechanical doodads on a bunch of shelves. You could try and investigate some of this stuff, but it would take you a bit because none of it you immediately recognize. And also Bolt's here, so you'd be doing it from kind of, yeah, Foxy. Except imagine if a mafioso wore power armor, and it's kind of what it would be. He has an office of a mob boss.
I mean, he'd have a power armor and just paint it as one.
True. It with the right modular upgrades, you can make the power armor look like an ordinary clothing.
Now I just imagine a hammer who just having a suit and just having a suit over it.
Right. Wearing power armor over power armor. I mean, to be fair, his big artifact thing that he uses as a weapon that he pilots while wearing power armor inside of it. So he does power a suit in a suit in a suit, which is similar to the Iron Man Hulkbuster armor, where it's literally the Iron Man armor in a separate suit. Would ignore them and would set the right, the nuke box. I forgot. That caught me off
Yeah,
guard. I forgot that it's literally called the nuke box. Because I in my head I always think of it as WMD. So when I saw
I just
nuke
called
box,
it.
it just caught me off guard.
I just call it the Big Bang.
Right, WMD. I figured you'd have better uses. He looks down and then pauses for a good 2 minutes as he just stares at it. Do anything during that time, Randall?
It's the Big Bang in such a small box.
Like just like around his office. He then, after those 2 minutes, looks up at you and says, "Where the hell did you get this?"
All right, we got them from a different box that we don't know the who gave it to us, other than
Right,
probably
these
old
are not
friends.
from Bolt.
Yeah,
And he's looking at this, and you don't know what his expression or thoughts are because he's wearing power armor. But what
from
do
an
you
unknown
mean you
box.
got it from an unknown box? Where
Right.
did you get the unknown box from?
Uh, all right. Isn't the gas station guy with us? He did travel in the helicopter with us. I know that for sure.
He is not currently in the office with Rattle.
Yeah, where is he in the building?
You don't know.
Yeah, okay,
He's in the building. You just don't know where.
we'll try. Ex- we'll try to explain the best he can of how he got it.
Okay. So give me a history check to see how well you remember Rattle. It's
As
not
I
that
like,
hard of a check. It's like DC 10 in this case.
yeah,
Basically, the better you roll, the more details you'll have. Okay, 18. You have a good amount of details. So you remember that you got it back in the gas station. You got it from a box alongside a group of other gifts given to the other people. And you got it from a mysterious benefactor who refused to give their name. And the only identifiable trait that they had on them was that they were wearing a brown cloak and what seemed to be purple power armor underneath it.
and last I checked, we turned the boxes made of strange metal into Elder Shield.
Right, and then there was also that because I was yeah, Rattle. I would assume would just rattle off all of the other gifts they were given, including like the box full of fireballs that the girlfriend got.
It was a bag full of fireballs.
I thought it was like a big box with a bunch of red beads in it.
Yeah, 200 beads.
Yeah, I thought it was like literally in a cardboard box. Doesn't matter. Point is, she has a bunch of fireballs. Um, Why did I just maybe think of the Jack Sparrow scene with "I have a job done, I have a job done." Anyway, sorry. So Bolt went ahead and says, and he was wearing power armor. Are you sure about that?
And I have the unmuffled version.
Are you? And he was wearing power armor. Are you unsure about that? That's the unmuffled version. I don't have a particular voice. Also, he's using a voice modulator, so it wouldn't be his normal voice anyway.
Yeah. The voice modifier just happens to sound like the DM's voice.
Right. Well, it's because I suck at voice acting.
It's fair enough. At least we have a canonical excuse for using the same voice.
Right. That's part of why I have all the helmeted people use voice modulators, because, like, yeah, it makes it a whole heck of a lot easier to voice random guard number 5, because, oh, he's wearing a helmet, then I don't need to worry about his voice. Just put my hands on my face and speak, and it works. Which is what I'm literally doing, by the way. I'm literally just putting my hands above my face and just speaking like this.
Anywho, what will Bolt do with this information? Find out next time after this water break.
No. I mean, do you want to take a water break? I have water.
No,
I brought
I'm
3
joking.
glasses of water with me to here. I was prepared.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Right. You can look. I have 2 half-liter mugs of water just sitting here. You want to take a water break, Randall? Oh wait, no, that was your yes when the power armor burned. Right.
Yeah,
It's hot where I am, so I have to drink hot. Yes. It's same here. It is currently 90 degrees in Ohio.
it is summertime.
Yep. Also, for everyone at home, yes, I do live in Ohio. Uh, yes, it is partially as bad as the memes. I say only partially, though. Wisconsin.
Back to the story.
The only thing I know about Wisconsin is cheese,
Cheese.
and that's because I'm a fucking cheesehead. I love cheese. Anyway, Bolt is just kind of staring at you in disbelief, though you can't tell because he's power armor. He just kind of keeps looking at the box, looking back to you, looking at the box, looking back to you. While that's happening, he's spending long enough doing this. I'll let you take an investigation check to investigate some of the papers because you've been looking around his office this entire time. And he spent long enough that you could reasonably invest. You have not found anything of interest. It just seems to be a lot of technical documents that you don't understand. Which is interesting because you're decent at hacking, and like this is stuff that
I am. He's. It's just that Rattle does most of the hacking checks with a hacking tool.
true, but they do have good Arcana, and Arcana is also used for hacking. They just don't have hacking tools. Um. Either way, you can't really make heads or tails of a bunch of this. A lot of it just seems random, but you sure there's some sort of pattern there? You just don't know what it is right now, based off your cursory glance. He says, if they were really wearing power armor, then we may have a problem. I may have a target for you all in the future if I can track that individual down.
Oh boy. Hopefully it's not one of the gas station's old friends, otherwise we may have trouble.
Regardless, thank you for bringing this to me. Uh, honestly, given what I see here, I think you're in due for a sizable reward from this.
And what, robbing the bank or turning this dangerous box in that anyone would push?
No, turning in the WMD
Ah,
is why they're giving you the reward. So, Rattle, let's test your luck. Roll me a D100.
we're going to need to bring Zoro's employees here, so I'm pretty sure I don't have much employees left.
Don't you have the scientists?
Yeah, but don't you remember because of my lack of able to payment, some of them walked out?
Sure. You lost like half your employees. 35. Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Well,
It's
the
just
question is, are you going to try and move your entire operation into Bolt area? You're just going to go back to the gas station. Like,
um the thing is this is Bolt's area. Uh we just brought here. I don't know if Bolt would be fine of us basically taking some sort of random area to set a base as well.
he, the only way he would be is if you joined him full time.
I mean, we could just work for Bolt and I can just give my employees to him and that way he
Right.
has more employees.
Yeah, you could just directly work for Bolts. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing it. Granted, that doesn't fit with the rebel sort of dream that the gas station guy has, but,
Yeah.
you know,
So for now, unless something big happens, we're basically separate working forces. We're just happen to be his employee. We just happen to be his customers.
right, and useful mercenaries is the way he treats useful mercenaries.
Yes, he pays us to off someone. We pay him for supplies and stuff.
Right. So, Raw Darkstar, you are pushed a small chest, like a small wooden chest, in exchange for the WMD. Would you like to open the chest?
Gold?
Okay. Inside of the small wooden chest is a number of data tablets, as well as what appears to be a pile of 100 gold coins, which is notable because gold coins are rare in this world. They're actually worth a lot more than one gold piece. Granted, not many places hold them as currency, but still, like,
I mean,
they're still
they
useful for electronics. Gold is very useful for electronics.
yeah. I mean, you could sell gold to a place. I'm pretty sure they could use it for electronic making or
Right,
melt it down for gold art. I don't know. I'm not rich.
right. And that's the thing, is that the reason why gold coins were phased out, as well as all the other types of coins, is because corporate had started exploiting the resources so much, they started melting down their own currency just to get um, more access to more of the metal, and that was when they had transitioned to credits.
Ah,
Yeah, there is a couple of data pads in here. You don't know what are in the data pads yet.
No,
Because
he's saying that in game. He's saying that in game.
oh, Bolt says, "I trust you will find that this is proper compensation for what you gave me. I don't know if you know what you gave me, but I am glad you have never triggered it.
And he is probably glad that Zoro hasn't, for some reason, opened the box and pushed the button for no reason.
If you triggered it, none of you would be here." There's an obvious. By the way, I as the DM already know what would have happened.
Yeah. Uh,
How much do you actually know of what it does? Not exactly. It is a weapon of mass destruction, as the label implies, but it is not nuclear in nature. It is something far worse. Again, not exactly. But I fear giving any more information would not come free. And so Bolt will shut up at that because he's not going to give out more free information. But your hands can use it for good interpret. He thinks about that for a second, looks around and says, "This is the type of item where there is no good use for this."
yeah. A, a bomb is a bomb. There's no other way around it.
I mean, you're not in the room, so you can't say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that out of character.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you use it. It's still a bad use.
Right. If a weapon of mass destruction is big enough, it doesn't matter why you're bombing the city. If you wipe out the city and the surrounding area, that's still way more collateral damage than you really could ever use. Like, unless you're taking down a corporate moon base or something, I don't see why that big of a blast radius would not have collateral damage.
Yeah.
Which, granted, you
I,
don't even know how big of a blast radius this thing has, or if it even has a blast radius. Evidently, it's not nuclear, so it might not even have one.
and Bolt knows how dangerous it is. Maybe
Yeah,
he could use it as a threat, as a blackmail whole chip or something.
and Bolt gave you an indication of how deadly it is because he said none of you would have been here if you activated it. Which is notable because at the time, Raw Darkstar had their robot body, meaning
Ah.
it's not like it just works on organics either. Anywho, so anything else you'd like to do in Bolt's room? And also, would you like to look at the day events?
Nah, 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 nah.
Uh, also, what are you doing with your own body?
What?
What Randall just asked in Roll20 chat. He just asked, what are you
Oh.
doing with your body? We are currently running experiments on it. Uh, we are looking into purposing it for a better use. and then he'll actually unveil the body to you if you would like, Rattle Dark. He offers you the chance to. Okay. So, he presses a button underneath his desk, which slides open one of the actual bookshelves to reveal a glowing blue room that is releasing a white mist of some kind that's incredibly cold. And a little dolly starts rolling out. Basically, a dolly with a flagpole with something strapped on it. And the thing strapped on it is what looks to be. It's clearly a mechanical body of some kind, but it is all of his old parts from his old body, except the organic bits have more metallic parts. And it honestly looks like Bolt is trying to turn his old body into a robot soldier. Like, this honestly kind of. I know in character you wouldn't know this, but like as a player, this kind of looks reminiscent to like the T-80 Terminator in terms of how it's built.
Oh, the Terminator.
Yeah, not the T-1000, but like the T-80, the one that Schwarzenegger has, where it's kind of skeletal. It doesn't have all of it there, but it does have like enough that you can tell it has a structure because it's your old parts. So yeah, we might have Robot Rattle at some point come back, depending. Because in theory, while you have all of your own memories, there's probably imprints and leftovers of those memories still in the actual robot parts. Because in theory, when they made you a new organic body, they just kind of copied it. Unless you want to say you entirely had an organic brain, I forget that. But even then, brain imaging is not a thing that's impossible for this. Assume you made your way out during this. Yes, what were you making your way out of again? I forgot.
I'm exiting the prison to the surface world so I can communicate with my shield guardians and then make my way back.
Oh, roll me a D100, see if you get lost.
I have a map.
You have a map on how to get from the surface world back here. You don't have a map on how to get from here to Porky. 100. Nope. You do not get lost.
I'm
You
not
remember the
Zoro.
precise path down to the footprints.
My name may be Zoro, but I'm not One Piece Zoro.
And you have proven it once again.
I mean, unless you're giving me three swords, then maybe you can make a fair argument, but no.
The moment you pick up a cursed sword, throw it in the air, and threaten to have it chop your arm off, we'll talk.
Yes. But a cursed sword doesn't exist in this world because no magic, so I'm safe.
For
For now.
now.
I, speaking of the cursed sword, I'm wondering if that sword is not cursed as in killing you, but cursed as in making you permanently lost.
That is funny. That'd be funny if that's why. Except he got lost before he got that sword, but still.
Yeah, it
Um,
would make so much sense and funny.
right. Evidently, the curse on that sword was supposed to be that it is notorious for injuring its own wielder, which
Yeah,
is why he did the test that he did.
but imagine the actual curses. No, they just got lost and hurt along the way.
Yeah. Anywho, so yeah. Rattle. What's your reaction to seeing your own body now being turned into a robot body? Also, Foxy, give me an investigation. Very tight of my reaction. Okay. So making my old body a robot soldier, but would it try to do something I would do? Bolt says in response, it has, as far as I can tell, all the same memories as you. It would not be sentient, but it would have the imprint of who you were overlaid with our programming. So it would effectively follow our programming, and then if it had a gap in it, it would then use your memories to determine how to act in that gap.
Oh, good. No AI overlord overdrilling.
Yeah. We're specifically not making a sentient robot. And there was
Unless
many
you,
reasons why.
yeah.
Okay. So, you did not give me the investigation check. Give me an investigation.
There's I seen the discussion of fully sentient AI. It's just I have one problem with the quote unquote rules of robotics.
I have a problem with them too, which is why I don't use it.
Yeah. There's one major there's one major loophole no one has seen yet.
No.
There's no current rules in the rules of robotics that the robot could straight up ignore it or override it.
Right. But the rules of robotics are also wrong for another reason, and that's the fact of every single one of the rules are vague, and you cannot program a computer to be vague.
You are rolling it. It's your investigation.
No, Foxy, it's yours. I'm having
Wait.
you roll for investigating the house to find the portrait
Oh.
key. Because remember, you
Uh,
need to find the MacGuffin in the house that fits you.
6.
And you are having difficulty finding it. So, for each time that you have to roll this, it'll waste another 5 minutes in game of you
Okay.
searching the house for this fucking item. So, give me another investigation.
22.
Okay, you found it. What would you like your personal item to be this time, or should I just pick something?
I mean, I would say something funny like a pregnancy tester because I'm worried if I, did the boom.
Right. I mean, you could. That works. Or, oh, I know. Actually, you find a picture frame with a picture you don't recognize. And it's a picture featuring you in a suit, as well as a tiefling woman in a white gown holding a bouquet standing next to you. Both of you appear to be happy.
Uh.
And then you get worked.
Okay then. Looks like I won't be single anymore. Um.
You saw a possible future vision of you two getting married.
Yes. I'm teleported back to the gas station base, right?
You are teleported to wherever you consider home. So where does your
That is
character
the gas
consider home?
station base.
Okay,
That is.
the gas station base. Uh,
Um,
roll me a D100 because we're going to do teleporter mishap table.
I have literally no physical house other than the gas station. 11.
All right. Come to find out, you're so attached to the desert jail cell that you just teleport back there. Oh boy.
Oh, is the doesn't is that jail cell even have they rebuilt it to hold to house prisoners or have they abandoned it completely?
They've abandoned it completely. Also, you try to go back to the gas station, and then when you appear, it looks like it worked, but then you look around and go, wait, this is a different gas station. Where the fuck am I? So you're at
Call
a
my
different gas station in the middle of the desert.
called called my shield guardians.
You would call your shield guardian. That you can contact them now.
Yeah. Help! I'm lost.
Estimating current location. Current location, 200 miles away from.
Well, frick.
Rapidly arriving at location.
Okay, how long would that take?
At current speed and estimations, 4 hours.
Yeah, good enough. By the way, who won the basketball?
Just hear one of them say, I dunked her hard. It sounds like yours. Yours won the
Nice.
basketball thing. Notably, though, both of the Shield Guardians seem to come towards you. Who's guarding the gas station?
Wait, who's going to the gas station?
The Shield Guardians were, but now they're going to you.
Well, frick, hopefully nothing happens over the 8 hours.
Hopefully not. Roll me 3D100s to see if anything happens over the course of those 8 hours. And see if anything happens on your trip back. Okay. So, when they arrive, they are actually a little bit damaged, it looks like.
Eesh, what happened? You two play too rough with each other?
One says, ruffians came by the gas station to try and loot it. We dealt with them.
Oh, good.
That is why I currently have 2 high-caliber bullets lodged in my chest.
Oh, hold on, let me try to fix that.
Okay, you have weaponsmithing or something?
Nope, I don't.
Do you have tinkers?
Nope, I have thieves, herbalism, climbing, and hacking.
Thieves work. Give me, because it's just something you could pry the bullet out with. So, thieves tools work.
Yeah,
Because I think, like, thieves tools come with, like, a plier.
yeah, they have like a tiny stick thing for using for poking up locks.
Lockpicks? Yes.
Yeah, lock picks.
Yeah, they have lockpicks. Okay, yeah. You're able to use the thieves tools, and it takes you a few tries, but you can eventually dislodge the bullet from within them. Though it
Uh,
occurs to you after you do that that you don't know why this was useful to do, other than now you have acquired a bullet. Is a malformed bullet, but is a bullet.
Come on, let's head back to base. I can probably fix you up more there. Unless they have mending.
Did you put mending on the shield guardians?
You never ask me.
Was there an opportunity where you could have?
Yes, while we were buying them.
Uh, did you pay the money to do it?
Yes, I paid big money.
Okay, then yes, they have mending, so they are self-repairing. So they actually, when you remove the bullet, you see it actually start to seal itself back up.
There, all better.
Yeah.
Now let's head back to base.
Um, in, engaging protocol, wild stallions, and just fucking charges towards the gates.
Whee!
And you hear a
Oh,
loud guitar solo in the background as he's charging towards the gate.
oh, I have good news for you too. Uh, today you're getting an upgrade. Hey,
Oh,
we robbed the bank and found some dozer armors. It's too big for us, but we can reshape it to fit you guys. So you two are going to get way buffed in
the
terms of defense.
the one tied to your girlfriend looks at you and says, "Did you get a dozer gun?"
Ye- she wasn't the she was the one that's robbing the dozer stocks. I'm pretty sure she got at least some.
And then
Yeah,
you just hear a wicked giggling noise coming from her shield guardian.
yeah, I'm pretty sure she has enough miniguns to basically put one in each shoulder and just rat ta 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 ta.
Right. Well, you're not able to see it, but the mental image going to the shield guardian's head is actually having it mounted in their mouth to fire out of their mouth at the people. Like, They're talking normally, and then they just open their mouth, and just like a big gun barrel comes out and shoots whoever they were talking to. Like, I'm done arguing with you. Bang!
Yeah.
uh, and then she's thinking about like, can we can we find a way to make bullets that are on fire?
I mean, there is. It's just you may not be able to. Nah, never mind. I don't think there's a way without setting your entire throat on fire. Because I do
Uh,
remember there's a type of fire that uses that is pretty much. I think it's a war crime that's used on tanks and it can't be put out even in water. Like it never
right.
goes out and it cooks the people.
White phosphorus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only
white
type of
phosphorus
fire.
fails everything.
Yeah, that's the only type of fire bullet I could think of that they could use, but that would eventually set them on fire.
Yeah, the one I immediately thought of was actually the Dragon Fire shotgun round.
Oh yeah.
But that is also a war crime. Okay, that's not a war crime, but it's illegal. I know that. I don't know if it's a war crime or not. I know it's illegal. It's
My
illegal for
shot.
domestic use, and the military doesn't use it. Uh,
Eh, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
though I will point out that the force shotgun exists, so like you can
Yes,
theoretically, if since we have a gun that can shoot energy, you can theoretically make an energy gun that shoots out bolts of fire at the
I
rate of
have
a minigun.
I have one better. Her her stupider idea.
Oh,
Make one, but it basically works like Hyper Beam from Pokemon.
where it has a recharge mechanic?
Oh no, just like I'm firing my laser.
Oh, well, yeah, you could do that, but no, she wants a rapid fire weapon.
Yeah,
She wants a
yeah. Anyways, we could discuss what kind of. If you guys have a different ideas of an upgrade, we could discuss that later.
yes. Is there anything else you want to cover, Rattle? Is there anything else Foxy wants to cover? Because Foxy has to leave.
Uh, no, I can keep going for a bit while longer.
Okay, because we spent like 30 minutes in the preamble, and it's an hour and 30. That's why I thought your thing was.
Yeah, I don't see her at home right now, so I think I can keep going for a bit longer.
Okay, fair enough. So I lost one of my two Steel Defenders bolt. Oh, right, 8 humble.
Oh yeah.
Did, that's unfortunate to hear. Did you manage to recover the body?
That was the problem.
Okay, was the body destroyed or was it captured?
That is enough.
Who was it shot by?
Uh, it was a dozer, right?
You heard the sounds of a dozer before it got shot.
It
That's about the
probably
only
was a
indication you
dozer.
got.
Yeah.
But the important part is it was shot by corporate.
Yeah.
Oh, so that means it was likely captured, which we need to recover that. And that is going to be up to all of you.
Yep.
I will be assisting, but if you fail, and if they get any of the information off of that, I want you to wipe it from their databases. If they
Ah.
get any information about me from your Steel Defender, you are going to have hell to pay.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's the thing that he's worried about. If he doesn't want them getting information about him from it.
Yeah.
Especially considering, was the Steel Defender around during the whole Nestix thing?
No, no, they were not.
Okay, good. So they don't have that. That's good. Did you know what Nestix is? Because it came up during the gas station talk, but they didn't
Mm,
get there.
they were in the same room. They were in the same room. That's
Okay,
all I know.
fair enough. So no, they did not hear it. They might have heard other things, but they did not hear that. And that's good because that's an important piece of information if corporate got it.
Yeah. The closest thing the Steel Defenders got on information on Bolt is like a general name brought up.
Right. And corporate more or less already suspects that you're affiliated with Bolt, but they don't know how.
Yeah. Like, are we partners? Is one of us married to him?
Are you
I don't
sure
know.
about that? Are you absolutely sure it does not have any information about me?
Don't fully claim don't fully claim it. Otherwise, we may be in deep trouble.
They're free to do whatever they want to.
Yeah.
Okay, how sure are you then? Which is a valid question. Like, if you're not fully sure, okay, but how sure? I don't like those odds. Yes, prioritize going to go investigate this, please.
Can't-
Oh, and before you go, one last thing. Don't go near the fucking door again, okay? Yeah, you were lucky that you didn't get to go in there. Now go. I'm busy. I'm expecting someone. Oh, you all have your new heading. Go recover the Steel Defender, or else.
Yeah. I seen Bolt. We all see Bolt in action. We will not take the or else part.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure the gas station guy used to work with the dude, so I think he
Yeah.
knows most of the situation as well.
The gas station guy, because from what the gas station guy has told, has the gas station guy, do you remember some of the
Yeah,
stuff he's mentioned?
yeah, he has talked to Bolt before in the trick room.
Yeah. And that they mentioned they were kind of old buddies.
Yeah.
Um, did he ever say that they're old war buddies?
No, just old buddies. That's about it.
Okay, fair enough. Then I will not
Well,
say
that's
more.
what he. Well, that's what he said, but I think there would you could just have deeper information on that.
Do you want me to tell you as a player more deeper information?
No, no, we can figure out on our own later.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, go look at the data pad. So when you look in the data pads as you're leaving, because he is basically shuffling you out the door at this point. Not actually, but like,
Yeah.
um, you notice on data pads, each one has what looks to be 10,000 credits, but they also have something else on there that is just labeled question mark. And when you try to click it, it says access denied.
Nani?
So each of them has a mystery item that is unaccessible right now. Okay.
Uh,
You've never seen that in a datapad before.
hack it, hack it, hack it, hack it.
Rattle's not the one that's good at that, remember?
Yes, I know, but he does most of the hacking checks anyways.
Right. Well,
See,
try
he
to
did
hack
it.
it. Give me a Arcana check. It's gonna be pretty high. Nope. When you try to hack into it, you just proceed to break the port that you plugged your thing into. So you can't even plug it in again.
Ooh.
Which doesn't affect the datapad at all, because that's just a data service integration thing. It would only all it means is that this datapad cannot have items put into it. It can have items taken out, just not put in, because you destroyed the port that was allowed you to put items in. But yeah, like you tried to hack it with your thing, and not only did you not get any headway, you short circuited the port just by trying. We'll look for Zoro. Zoro is currently in the middle of the fucking desert.
Heading back to Braids. Anything happen along the way?
Yes. So, okay, Zoro, I will go ahead and tell you. The stuff that you're going to be dealing with right now is technically stuff that would be happening next session.
Aw, man.
Because it's stuff that, well, because it's an 8 hour thing. So I figured by that point, Alder is going to be back in.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. But we'll go ahead and handle it now. Just keep in mind that technically this would be applying there, if that makes sense. Unless you want to just handle it then.
Uh, Battle, what's your input?
Because I'm fine just like calling it here, ending the session, and then uh, we pick up with it next time with what happened to Zoro and Alder. Yeah.
Okay. There are two. There's two who who I'm fine with either. So we need a tiebreaker.
Uh, well, I am voting to end the session then.
Yes, and I'm voting for I'm fine with either, and that's also Battle. So we need a tiebreaker.
No, I said that I'm voting to end the session. I would prefer to end the session.
Okay then.
So I will be the tiebreaker. Um, that's mainly because I'm so tired. I got no sleep last night, so I am running on fumes.
Ah.
Uh,
Well, yeah. We should, and then you should get some sleep.
yeah. I guess final thing before I actually wrap this up. I had an idea for the firebolt minigun.
Hmm?
We could literally use the cantrip firebolt in terms of the damage, which if you don't know is 1d10 fire damage at base, but then it scales up to 2d10, 3d10. Like,
Okay.
we could have a 1d10 fire damage gun. Be cool. Like, it'd be same as firebolt, but it'd be rapid fire. Anyway, uh, see you everybody. Oh, thank you all for watching. If indeed you still